I am DK Sinha. Something unusual is happening in the global markets right now. Oil just crashed 7%. Inflation expectations have fallen sharply. The Federal Reserve did not raise rates, and stock markets around the world are still moving higher. So everything should look strongly bullish, right? But when I looked at the weekly charts this weekend, I noticed something that made me pause. The S&P 500 is showing indecision, the Nasdaq 100 is showing sign of exhaustion, and the Dow Jones is showing rejection near the highs. And even the Russell 2000 is flashing an early warning signal. At the same time, Japan has exploded higher. South Korea is one of the strongest markets in the world, while the Hong Kong is moving in the opposite direction. So what exactly market is trying to tell us? Is this a simply healthy pause before the next rally, or are warning signs beginning to appear beneath the surface? Let us investigate. Let's begin. In this week, major US market indices have moved higher. The S&P 500 gained 0.93%, the Nasdaq 100 gained 2.6%, Dow Jones advanced 0.71%, and Russell 2000 gained 0.91%. The important point is that all four indices finished the week in a positive territory. However, weekly candlestick structures are becoming increasingly interesting. The S&P 500 is showing long-legged spinning tops. The Nasdaq 100 is showing an exhaustion type of candlestick pattern. The Dow Jones formed a shooting star, and Russell 2000 formed a hanging man. These patterns do not automatically mean a reversal. They do suggest that traders should watch next week's price action very carefully. Europe market showed a mixed picture. The FTSE 100 declined 1.04%. The index continues to trade near an important support zone, but is also facing a significant resistance between 10,500 and 10,700. For now, the market appears trapped between support and supply zones. Germany's DAX performed much better. The DAX gained 1.42%. More importantly, a potential cup and handle structure appears to be developing. If this pattern eventually breaks out, the technical projection points toward 27,650 zone, and that will be the very important chart to monitor in the coming weeks. Now let us talk about Asia. Asia was the real leader this week. Japan's Nikkei 225 surged 7.92%. The index has now broken out of rising price channel, showing impressive momentum. South Korea's Kospi was even stronger. The index jumped 11.43%, making it one of the strongest major markets globally. On the other hand, Hong Kong's Hang Seng fell 3.21%. The index has broken down below an important support area. However, the breakdown is not yet decisive. Next week becomes extremely important in this index. Either sellers gain follow-through confirmation, or buyers quickly reclaim the support area. For now, Japan and South Korea remain the clear leaders in Asia. Now let us move to the macro drivers. The first major development is dollar index. The DXY gained almost 1% this week and moved back above psychologically important level of 100. Technically, the structure resembles double bottom breakout. If this move continues, the next zone to watch would be around 102 to 103 levels. A stronger dollar is not necessarily a bearish, but it can create a headwind for global risk assets. The second most important factor is bond yields. The US 10-year Treasury bond yields remained around 4.46%. There was no dramatic move in this week. In other words, the bond market is not signaling panic. Now let's talk about the oil. Brent crude oil declined 7.4% this week. This is one of the most important developments from an inflation perspective. Lower energy prices reduce inflation pressure across the economy, and that leads us to the inflation expectations. The US 5-year break-even inflation rate has fallen from 2.72% in the month of May to approximately 2.27% now. That is a very significant decline. The market is becoming less concerned about the future inflation. Finally, Federal Reserve kept rates unchanged. At the same time, policymakers removed language that suggested a bias toward future rate cuts. What does it mean? Fed remains cautious. Now here is where the things are becoming interesting. Oil is falling, inflation expectations are falling, bond yields are relatively stable. Yet many major stock indices are showing signs of exhaustion on their weekly charts. So what exactly market is trying to tell us? Let us move to the charts for technical analysis. This is the weekly chart of S&P 500 index. If you see this resistance line, it is trading quite in proximity of the resistance. As we have discussed already, that it is forming a kind of a spinning tops, which itself shows indecisiveness in the market. So this zone is very, very important. So further move will only happen if it takes out the immediate supply area, which is ranging from 7,554 to 7,600, where this breakdown took place. Earlier we have seen the parabolic rise. If you do the retracement analysis of this impulsive wave, the 38.2% comes at around 7,100, while 50% retracement come to 6,950, which coincides with earlier resistance area. So unless and until the price retraces in healthy fashion, it is looking quite overextended. Because if it comes to this area, and then we can consider some healthy correction. And important to note, in this zone there is EMA 21 as well. Now when we look to the daily price chart, this was the support area which gave a breakdown over here. So the resistance area or supply zone that we have discussed is quite evident in the daily price chart. However, it has taken support in the recent time at EMA 55 and bounced here. So immediate support is of course at EMA 55, which is coming something around 7,280 level. So let us see whether the price gives a breakout over here or else retraces and go and give a breakdown of this EMA 55 and then test the neckline or earlier resistance area that we have discussed just now. What is the positive sign in this current price action? There is a formation of an inside bar during the last trading session of this week, and market gapped up and then sustained and formed a inside bar kind of candlestick pattern, which indicates there is a lack of downside momentum as well. There was a substantial rise in the volume too. Why this correction started? Because earlier if you see the price structure was higher highs while there was a bearish divergence on RSI. Now this is the weekly price chart of Nasdaq 100. See the resistance. This is the supply area on Nasdaq 100 where it gave a breakout over here. So this becomes the immediate support area. But the price has gone too fast and too early with a massive parabolic rise and forming an impulsive wave. If you do the retracement analysis of this wave, 38.2% level comes at around 27,400, which is nothing but the derivative of the golden ratio, and golden ratio comes at 25,600. So if the price corrects and come in this zone, then there will be healthy correction. It will come and test the EMA 21 as well. If you look at the daily price chart of Nasdaq 100, this was the dark cloud cover kind of candlestick pattern, and hence 30,600 to 30,750 is an important immediate supply area. But what has happened during the last trading session in this week? It was a bullish kicker candlestick pattern which was formed with a substantial rise in the volume. So let us see, if this level is taken out, then it will be breakout of a continuation chart pattern, that is cup and handle chart pattern. And if that happens, then we can project the target by using Fibonacci expansion tool. The next levels in Nasdaq 100 comes at 32,150 and 100% expansion comes at 33,076. This is purely on the basis of breakout of a cup and handle pattern, which is yet to take place. So considering the price action all across the markets, next week becomes very important, which we should watch very closely. Now again open the chart of Nasdaq 100 at your end and look very closely to the price action. What is the probability you find? Whether it will give a breakout of cup and handle pattern or will retrace further. I shall be waiting for your comments and opinion